almost a benefit, actually, to come to Split and see the same composition for Gen.G.
Because this puzzle has been solved. We've seen it before. The desk going through it. Mimi highlighting that, the cycling of the utility was a profound problem in the game up against Fnatic previously. And now we ask the question, can Wolves find that same sort of look here? Already, though, Texture, who has been probably one of the highlight players thus far, off to a belting start.
Certainly slow things down here in the pistol, as well as this utility in mid. Wolves probably happy to sit behind this, wait for anything further if Gen.G do show anything. So the Viper util goes back up, now stacked up. Reinforcements here in mid.
These deadlocks look good, Mike. I've liked seeing it here. Foxy9 looking solid on this, and we've expected this sort of pace from Wolves, right? Slow, cautious, methodical, very clear-cut, very precise in approach. But the timing from Foxy9 will hinder this. It's going to slow them down. Paranoia's going to come through, but a quick slip towards the site means safety is secured. Texture still unaffected. They've given up a lot of space, though, and there's not that many rotations. Mike, where's the support here? Texture left on his island, still going to get 2 so far. Looking to make it a 3rd. He's done it! 13 seconds! This guy is just out of his mind.
10 seconds left.
Looking for more. Come on! Almost an ace off the rip. And look at the time. Spring. A little too late to this one. Looking more like summer and autumn at this point. It's done for Gen.
On the chopping block, potentially.
There's a lot of pressure on middle, but Foxy9 is up to the test. Takes away Juicy, and that's a big player gone, right? That's a lot of that springboard into the site now lost. This is starting to worry me. When we're looking at the time, 35 seconds, they haven't had a huge success anywhere. They didn't get the steps towards middle. They're not getting towards B. Gen.G looking so refined in holding this.
Yeah, that bait and switch in mid on the back of the Prowler. Executed to perfection. Wolves almost left scratching their heads now at the buy round. Probably feels if you want to hold on to these rifles here, you want to see on the minimap, Spike not committed anywhere. Not even going to look for a kill here, so a big win for Gen.G with the bonus. We'll apply further pressure here onto Wolves. And like I said, really, I mean, the big positive would be even to go even in this trade. If Texture hadn't taken damage, actually, they could almost, with this trip up towards B Heaven, send an extra body across, but is the awareness there. Gen.G, obviously, with where this trap placement is, have given up mid. Got to be aware of vents now.
Yeah, there is a chance that vent player could be a problem, but it's already being watched. And with Texture on that deep line, they're safe. Caron, how are you hitting that? But finally, Wolves breaking on the site. There's an extra body here. They don't know about it. Gen.G simply have the numbers. Spring still fighting forward. Wolves in the 2v2. Rotation on the way, but it's Caron. Left, right, takes down one. Looks for the follow-up. Caron is on it! 4 kills! Ace coming out from Wolves is slow, but they are still here, and now here comes the fight. Already Texture can't support here, denied by the cross. Already Foxy9 just holding that corner, and it feels like these kills are untradeable. How many times we've seen Juicy go down and not have support? Spring is there to take away Ash, but there's still time being purchased.
They're so hesitant to swing onto that window of opportunity, passing them by almost. Luckily now, will equalize. It's level pegging now with a 4v4, but 45 seconds, you're looking for another win for Wolves, really, but it doesn't come. Texture finds one. Munchkin now with a judge shut down. Lysor potentially opening up this round.
But the spikes here towards A, if their temptation is to rotate through towards B, which isn't a bad shout, they still need to get this spike through vents, through middle, over towards B. And you can see that maybe Texture's going to try and mirror that. If it goes silent towards A, that inkling is it's going to be this B hit. But look who's waiting here, Caron. No slaps by any means. Hello. No. What? Oh, dear. Oh dear, we need another timeout. We need to get this one right because that should never have happened. Caron just given the gifts of the kingdom. Look at this guy, just the keys left out on the table. There's the support from Texture. 8 seconds, and it's confidence from Texture. He's playing with him, he's toying with him, and maybe you should respect him. But look at the HP, it's long. And actually, a gift, a chance. There was a second it became possible, Mike, but this slate remains clean.
Trigger on that in round 7. Let's talk about both timeouts being done in one half.
Again.
Just who's behind that?
Where's the utility? Where's the layering?
What's the value of this peak?
And that's hard for Juicy as well. Like, I'm not expecting him to be able to just like clean swing middle and be able to, you know, do what he needs to. It needs everything to set it up in motion, but it's just not there. And Texture, not enough this time. Gets taken down by Spring.
Able to actually deny info off that trap. This Texture caught completely off guard here. Lysol considering a bold move, actually.
Oh no, but...
What?
Okay.
Munchkin caught off guard as well.
Munchkin caught sleeping at the wheel. Lysol wants this one. He's powering forward for Wolves. 2 big kills. And maybe given a chance here. Hope reignited down at Ash and Karen. And Karen's been really dangerous though. Ash could be in trouble here.
Spike planted.
Missile deployed.
Missile going, double swing. Nice from Wolves, much better. Karen falls, there we go. Extra away from this, and they're not even heading this way. Thinking that's enough of a fake, but it's not. There's still 3 players for Gen.G on this side of the map. They're trying to get through heaven, but look who's waiting. Foxy9 buys them time. Take a seat. They have to try and flee the site here. Gen.G still holding numbers, still looking unfazed. 35 seconds, the time skills are running low. Foxy9!
Spike down, B.
How many times are Gen.G going to be doing this? One after the other. We've seen Karen do it. We've seen Texture. Now Foxy9 puts his name up in lights. There's just Spring. Has to take the walk. It's 15 seconds. The spike is in Narnia. Another one back. We're going to try and, you know, trade in, get that spacing right up. Okay.
In a game of numbers, you still want to put yourself in those positions. So,
trying to speed up on this, but Munchkin joined by Ash with just a shot in the dark, and it works. Going to take down Texture. That's the first step here. Can they get this building from this point, though? An untraded kill back. That's perfect. Ash, though, filling the gap towards middle. And if they take their eyes off the ball for a moment, if Foxy9 pulls their attention here, and they're so confident. Look at the swing. They're getting punished on this confidence. Karen is still holding the site. No. Okay, the paranoid didn't land.
Well, actually, it comes down to a 2v2, but a lot of time to work with here. Pit actually will expire over towards A, so now Munchkin in a pretty rough spot. Potential here for Wolves to pinch him.
Lovely, lovely. You tip. What?
That's bold. That is very bold to leave somebody behind them now. Karen. A lot of ground to cover to regroup here, but looking as if they might actually stack up towards main. Looking for a safe plant from Wolves.
Yep.
And a very comfortable post plant here. Plenty of time to set it up. They don't necessarily know, but the pit will enable that as well.
Look at the pace, though. Look at the pace coming in. Munchkin wants in on this fast. Both ults pretty much sent towards CT, but Munchkin's already controlling the site. The other side of this. I'm not going to get that one done. A little too far. But Karen now closing in as well. Both of them now kind of on the other side of the pillar. What can he do here? A couple of smokes, but that's about it. Timing is everything. Spring first to fall. So does the pit, and now Karen's got a real chance at this. See if that baby's gotta clutch up here for a chance here. The nerves now starting to show here. What are you gonna do? No way. No way. Nicely handled.
Tasked with controlling this.
Ooh, Karen had to give away the game. These horns have been really nice. Genuinely, really nice. The ult. Juicy, what happened? I don't understand what happened there. I hope you catch it on a replay, but oh god, no. This
Do I want to know?
I'm actually left back, but oh, again, Foxy9 swings in, gets 2, and Ash is there!
Almost now playing with the idea of where is the operator, right?
Yep. They're making it hard.
Yeah, testing this default. Now they know. Juicy again, another first step for him.
Feels sacrificial at this point, but there's no benefit for it. Spring trying to step ahead here. It's actually done really well. Completely unexpected. Spring finds a bit of timing. Munchkin now a little bit worried. He's got pressure. Great work from Wolves, making some space on this B site. You could potentially get a plant here as well. You do have mid being controlled by YU. This is good. Plants in play.
30 seconds
and
left.
Player advantage.
Actually make that an even further advantage. Now just a 1v4 for Ash. Revealed. Not even getting it at first. Lysol will shut it down.
This is a time for him to, if he gets a good start here, that could just bring him back.
Oh,
but
blind, actually, yeah.
Lovely, and that's so indicative. Finding texture there feels like there's got to be more, right? There's got to be more players behind this. See Spring slowly coming back over as well. Gen.G trying to work in the dark almost.
But down to 30 seconds now, you'd almost hope that even though texture falls there,
30 seconds left.
you'd want to see Gen.G take advantage of that.
And Juicy still able to play into this, and the cross is being watched. That's fantastic from Wolves. A 2v3 though. Numbers still looking good for Wolves here. Denied the springboard straight through heaven, but still, Plant's gonna be in for Gen.G. Prowler goes through close, doesn't find too much. But this Paranoia, if it's well placed, could be perfect. And maybe a trade out here. Yeah, it is. Lysor gonna send him back. Foxy9 wanted to get involved. Lysor takes him down. Maybe a chance here to build this game back. Karen can't do it all! Wolves giving themselves exactly what they needed. Early, straight up towards heaven.
Yeah, not looking phased.
Oh, they're committing. Texture's down. Oh, Lysor, brilliant hold from him. No support there though. Could maybe make the most of this. Sufat BB is in a really good position though. Yeah, lovely catch, easy. Now he's kind of left in a bit of trouble here. Karen gonna pick up the stinger. Wait, Munchkin just brought out the classic on Juicy. It's a 2v2. We're still at a minute. This has been fast and furious. The Plant gonna put the time on Gen.G's side. And Munchkin, careful, these corners contain problems. Spring trying to pick up the pieces. Sprays, and he can't throw fast enough. Spring lands it.
No.
But this scoreline can't stop being brought back, right? You give Gen.G a window, they'll walk it. Juicy, brilliant, brilliant. The confidence being quelled now. Munchkin taking a solo endeavor over towards A and gets punished.
1 and 12 in the first half. Certainly
He's here now.
happy to stand his ground here
Poison's off.
in the second half. And actually a very active clearance towards mid here.
There.
Take a risk
Inside
here.
the smoke.
I have the spike.
This is fabulous timing. This could free up the additional player to hit the rotate. Depends on Ash. I mean, still, full kit of util could clear this. Timing then becomes everything. Still about a minute to play with here.
Waits for the util to drop and actually then sends the drone through. And I guess, yeah, confirmation of 2 players. YU now will be called upon.
A lot of pressure on him here. TP taken, they're already through. This is going to be a plant. Unless, why are you trying to spray in here, hoping maybe catching someone trying to get up towards that heaven side. But this is still a bonus for Wolves. But of course that scoreline is such a heavy weighing factor. The Plant's now in for Gen.G.
Juicy down to 5 HP. Does have the regen, but still not really going to keep him in a comfortable position here if he does decide to commit.
But if the util goes right, Mike, they've got Pain Shell, they've got Haunts, they've got Paranoias. They need to disrupt the back line 1. And that's how you do it for Gen.G. It's back-to-back damage. Gen.G making it look almost too easy. Lysor can't even make it through CT. There's so much utility in his way. Gen.G suddenly stopped the track.
Actually dipped their toes to see what was going on early on in the previous round.
This kind of rolls back to that discussion on the desk as well. There's none of that real cyclable utility. And Juicy dominating over towards A again.
Yeah, Munchkin once again. Maybe showing a lack of respect, but...
This could be huge. See that BB, if he's read this right, if they've got this right, he's in trouble though. They're coming. Oh, what a belting shot. He's still been taken, but he takes one down with him from the grave near on. And now Lysor watching that cross. This is a good position. Commits, catches, polishes. Second, Lysor, outstanding. He's done his job here. The rest of the team now in support. Karen has no opportunity to play in from here.
30
1v4
seconds left.
Spike over towards Hell. No chance of him having a say in this round, and you touched on that from the desk as well. Almost feels like, yes, the concern being there's no second wave almost. I think Wolves may be reading into that perfectly in this scenario. But Gen.G had to almost commit behind
10
that.
seconds left.
And I do want to see when Gen.G decide on a timeout, if they feel like they need it, right? Because so far, I feel like Wolves have, I don't say a grip on this half.
Well, certainly a course correction. You made perfectly timed.
Really, really nice. The Paranoia just going to skim past, doesn't quite catch him, but they're in trouble. They're under pressure. Cross gets made this time. Spring going to fall. And now you're going to see Texture trying to take towards the side. Karen's managed to find Lysor. See that baby spinning around. Desperate to do damage. Still holding on. Buying time. A 3v2. And look at Texture's HP. It's low. But the plant's coming in. The paint shell gets thrown through. Denies that quick springboard in. And now let's look at the post plant. Where do they decide to hold?
Cage triggered.
1 backside, 2 towards pillar. YU needs a bit of impact off this. Doesn't get what he wants, but Juicy slowly stepping forward. Nice from YU. Crying out Ash from the corner. But a complimentary post plant now. Texture spotted. YU misses. And Karen finds Juicy. YU, this is a difficult situation. And Texture wins! Is that? YU will not relent! He wants this, but he can't! This is a really nice approach from Gen.G. I like what they're doing here. And it's going to have to pick up the pace a bit now that they've broken this. But they've been given the red carpet rollout, right? YU was good last round, but this is asking a lot. Great. Isolated flight on towards Karen. And gets a second! Oh! Spring! Suddenly appears out of nowhere!
Spikes up on Raptors.
Oh, that could be done for. Foxy9 and Ash. How are they going to get back to it? Ramp's guarded, it's controlled. You've got Spring waiting here. Bucky in, and he gets the shin, but that's not enough. Foxy9 powers forward. Juicy and Lightsaw holding on for dear life.
Gen.G are a little quicker to get to site here, but YU to get caught there on the readjustment.
Cam got a lot of info though, that's a lot of players now noted. Surprised we don't see an additional body, but Fat Baby doesn't seem to be fussed, doesn't seem to be upset about it. He holds the ground well, readjusts up towards heaven. Still has full kit here, keep in mind.
Catch them.
Extra trying to find something, but Wolves not really giving anything away just yet. Rightfully so against this purchase. So 40 seconds now, and Gen.G will re-explore mid.
It's still being shouldered by Juicy, who's got his ult. If it's panic stations, right, he can invest that. Still got one over towards site as well. There's the player noted. Spring can't do much to deny this. Going to get a good chip on the cross, and there's Juicy now being rewarded. That's probably going to be a one, but it's done. Juicy doing well. Good control, good confidence builders here. He needs this. And Gen.G not finding steps forward. Faltering almost on the way. Looking to thread the needle and find those timings. Punishing maybe rotations and support towards that A side, but it's not to be. And out Texture, you're damn good. But I think this might be a little out of your means here. Wolves, a really big read into maybe how Gen.G want to approach this.
I think Wolves almost anticipating something off this drone early or Ash's utility.
Oh my god, are they just going for a shootout in middle? Oh, this is so bold. Ridiculous, and it works! Wolves igniting their confidence after a disastrous first half. Gen.G, they're going to be on the ropes.
Going to be kicking themselves because they've been allowed to sit behind these smokes time and time again, then re-explore themselves. It's been Spring tucked back into vents, and this time around, the grand reveal, heartbreak for Gen.G. Left to hold on to these two rifles and what feels like an eternity left on the clock.
And this scoreline, Mike, on the half, what was it, 9-3? It felt like it lived in this situation. He's going to stick on site, though, going to try and play towards Pillar and hope the support comes in through heaven, and it is. Slowly but surely, ult going to be invested coming out from Fat Baby, but it's still going to be Lightsaw.
They have to find him.
Lightsaw is so slippery about this! Threading the needle! So perfectly, and he's still alive. 15 HP, still breathing, finally goes down. Munchkin giving them a bit of life here. Down to him and Karen to make this one work. It ain't happening. Karen now has to back away. What more is there to be done? Look where the spike is. Wolves, with just one player basically on that side of the map, held that down.
Another situation, 45 on the clock. Karen has to hold on to this rifle. I mean, what are Gen.G doing there?
They look like they're smacking into a brick wall. They don't know. They're able
to deny all the sight lines into sight. Again, I didn't actually track Foxy9's util, but have been using that to stop the peak coming out from heaven. To isolate a sight player. Pit goes up towards screen. Lightsaw able to just exist for way too long.
Be the drone. And Ash is using that in middle. They won't be able to clear this. This is still going to be a very uncomfortable position. So Ash pressuring towards heaven early.
He's not going to get, and there's no way. He's going to get played in here perfectly.
He keeps his cool and he delivers Lightsaw again in unison. The dream is very much alive for Wolves.
And just like that, another round is over for Gen.G.
Look at the time. 1 minute 13. The outcome is determined here.
Karen's still holding onto this same rifle for what, 4 rounds now.
Back to spawn we go. Again, this composition falling short. The drone invested towards middle. Nothing else to reveal that. And YU, great call from Wolves to do this.
This is exactly the recipe of a sort of setup that would cause...
Spring going to slow it down. Time now becoming a factor.
30 seconds
the tension, it's literally palpable here. Here comes the hit. Do they survive this? Texture goes in, gets the job done. Spring holds the line, takes down Foxy9. Spring in the backline! Takes down Texture! Texture, it's on Munchkin, and Caron with 10 seconds really to play with. And look where the spike is, Mike.
10 seconds
It's
left.
up in heaven. 8 seconds, the time has passed them by. The unthinkable is happening. Wolves taking the lead in the final hour.
At least this time favourable in terms of numbers here. Only 2 members of Wolves. So Fat Maybe has to respect this and... Oh no!
How's he? He's dead and buried. Texture looking to do it all himself. He has to. Spring can't save him this time. That B site now
30
looking
seconds
vulnerable.
left.
Can he hold on to this? YU's been good. This is a lot of pressure. Good paranoia. He takes the space off the back, and now here they go. Lights off. YU! Oh, back to back!
They're
Still
doing it!
holding on! Munchkin and Caron once again left with 10 seconds, and not much more as this is a dream come true!
Why?